The more I learned about leather, the more expensive this project was getting, and that's why it's taken so long for me to get a full leather strap offering. I guess it's still not all that full because I've only got one size. Welcome back to Bark and Jack. I'm Adrian, and today's video is going to be slightly different. I'm going to be introducing the new leather straps that I've launched over at barkandjack.shop. I'm going to start off with these guys, the vintage straps. These are handmade in Turkey, and I've been dealing with a guy who makes them for probably about 18 months now. We've gone through quite a few iterations of the designs. The leather that we use is vegetable tan cowhide, and it is tanned in an award-winning Turkish tannery. We have three colours, and I'm calling this one the Hoxton Brown because it's quite a hipstery colour, and Hoxton's the hipster part of London. I have the standard tan, classic tan, and then I have a black. It has quite a few tones of grey in there, and a subtle hint of blue as well. So it's actually turned out quite nice. I'm very happy with that one. The straps are sealed on the edges with beeswax, and then they have the simple stitching on the back, which is all crimped and melted down so that there's no sharp edges there to catch on. They started for 20mm at the lug and then tapered down to 16mm to go through the buckle. At the moment, everything's just in 20mm. We will be doing more variants as business grows and we can afford to do more variants, but at the moment we're just sticking to the most popular size, which is 20mm. All the straps that I'm going to show you today are completely handmade, and so there are going to be slight variations in the sizes, in the stitching, in the placement of the text, and there will be slight imperfections as well. But if I'm being completely honest, it's the little imperfections that give these products character, and it kind of proves that they are handmade as opposed to just kind of mass-produced factory-made products. When I caught up with Stephen Forsey from Grubel Forsey, he expressed exactly the same mindset. He'd much prefer to see slight imperfections within finishing because it proves that a hand has done it as opposed to the perfection that a machine can create. I must add that you cannot get this tan strap wet in any way. Any liquid on the tan strap will damage it very, very quickly. If you do need a strap that's perhaps a bit more rugged and can get more damp, then I'd go for this Hoxton Brown. It's aniline dyed, and so it's a lot more water resistant. Do not go swimming with any leather strap, but certainly don't go swimming with these leather straps. But this will be happily rained on, you wash your hands and everything. This will be absolutely fine. All of these straps will patina very nicely, and they'll start to age and get that even more vintage vibe to them. You can get these straps over at barkandjack.shop for £69, and that includes free worldwide shipping. The straps that we've just launched are these bad boys. This is a collaboration with JPM, and if you're into your watch straps, then you're probably well aware of who JPM is. This is the reason why I was over in Florence a few months ago. I was visiting JPM at his workshop simply because I don't like the back and forth with trying to get samples done and trying to figure out the styles and leathers and colours and things. So I thought, sod it, let's just go out to Florence in Italy and meet the chap, check out his workshop, see what he's all about, and just get everything done there and then. But the great thing about being there was we had this workbench just covered in different leathers, and it was just so good just to be able to go through different watch straps, go through different styles, and just really explore all the different finishes. It's quite tricky at some points trying to imagine what a leather would look like in a small strap form, because if you're looking at massive hides and watch straps are tiny. So it was great just to be there, because then JPM could just go off and just quickly make all of these straps straight away, just there and then. I mean, obviously these aren't the finished ones, so it was so useful just being able to straight away be able to just see what's what. And we've got these three kind of eleganty, smart, I don't want to say they're dress straps because they're kind of a bit toned down from that, but they do have a smarter vibe about it. I mean, just check out this Explorer. It gives it a completely different feel in this style of strap, but it works so damn well. So we've got these three different straps. We've got a textured taupe, we've then got this smooth taupe, and then I'm calling this a slate grey. We've got this textured slate grey. It's obviously a grey, but it's got a lot of hints of blue in it as well. All of these straps are made with calf leather, and they have quick release spring bars in them. And then a brushed stainless steel buckle with our logo engraved on it. It's double stamped on the inside, but the big thing that I want to point out is the edging. We have wrapped edges, so there's no beeswax, there's no waxing at all. The top side leather is wrapped round the edge and then secured underneath. It's a tiny detail, but I find just little things like that really pleasing. All of these guys are available online for £99, and that's including free worldwide shipping. The final strap is the one that I have on my sub right now, and this is a beast. Here it is, and check out how thin this guy is. is absolutely amazing. The reason it can be so thin is because this is genuine Horween Shell Cordovan leather. This stuff is incredible. It smells so good. If you're unfamiliar with Shell Cordovan, it's horse leather. But if we're going to call a spade, it's horse butt. It's horse leather, but it's a particular part of the horse. It's basically the rump that goes round to the bum. And that's part of why it's so expensive. If you think of the size of a horse hide, you're using just such a tiny, it's probably about 15-20% of the overall hide. That part of the horse, that skin of the horse, is worked really hard. And the skin actually ends up being very kind of concentrated. You can't see the pores of the leather. Leather is usually quite a porous material. Because the skin is so condensed, you just can't see the pores. The special part of this, and why this strap can be so thin, is because Shell Cordovan is just epically strong. To show you the strength of this leather, if you look at this, this is probably 3 or 4 sheets of paper thick. This is really quite thin, and I cannot break this. It is so epically strong. And that's why this stuff is just so great to work with. And that's why these straps can be so thin. Yeah. The edges are waxed on this, and the underside is just completely unlined. It's just bare leather, and it is just, I absolutely love this strap. This is going to patina really nicely. I love the fact it's such a simple, such a clean strap. It feels very organic because there's no coating on the back of it. It's just a raw back. It's unlined. And there's very little stitching on it, which means the leather is just on its own to kind of be its own character. I absolutely love all of these straps, and I change them constantly. I love the fact I have a strap company now, because I do end up changing my straps a couple of times a day. While talking about changing straps, wouldn't this have been great to do this before Christmas? I need to get more commercial with this stuff. Anyway, I've got this compact travel strap pin tool that comes in a nice handmade leather pouch by JPM as well. When I go travelling, I usually take this strap pin tool with me. I take off the pokey end because I don't really need it. I just take the fork end, but it's still quite stabby, so you can imagine security people don't really like it. But this guy, there's nothing to stab and nothing to scratch your watches with. Obviously comes in this nice handmade leather pouch, handmade by JPM. But under here, what you do is you unscrew these guys, out pops a little point, and there you have screwed it down, and then you've got your fork piece. So use a fork for when your watch doesn't have lug holes. If your watch has lug holes and so you need to access the spring bars from the bottom, if your watch has lug holes, then you can use the pin on the other side. These things are nice and compact, but they are built like little tanks, and it's not going to damage any of your watches when you travel about. These things are 35 quid on barkandjack.com. Guys, if you have any questions about these straps, do drop a comment down below or drop me an email at hello@barkandjack.com. Guys, thanks so much for watching, and I do hope you like the straps. Give me a follow on Instagram at barkandjack, and give me a follow on TikTok at barkandjack as well. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.